Hello, guys. So we're here playing with this video that is creating a loading button that contains an animation inside the component. It's an extra credit assignment for this week. Here is the video on how to do it. And I managed to get the file. But we want to try to do it again. And we're trying to find where are the places where that are more delicate or more challenging, where you can have problems. We have been working, doing the whole process in one file, and now I'm going to come back to this clean file where I only have the things that he did. And I'm going to try to reconstruct the process. And I hope that maybe Adrian can keep a look, and if I screw up, you guys can help me. So I'm going to start by creating a pill like that. And I'm going to take my, did I do it with a frame or with the shape the other time? Maybe with a frame. I'm going to put here a frame, and I'm going to make the corners round so I get a pill. And then I'm going to change the color, and let's make it reddish again. Reddish is there. And right now it's called frame 1. And I'm going to put inside the text. We have been playing with different words, and the situation changes depending on how many dots the word has. So we're going to go for the same one, send. So there I have send. I don't like it in black. So I'm going to prefer that I had that text in white. And I would like it to be slightly larger so we can see it. So maybe it's going to be even, like, it's a button for people with problems. We're going to go to the little thing. And then this guy is here where the guy clicked to have it. No. To have it, I have to select the whole, I'm selecting the word. And I actually want to select the text. Now I have the text. And I do not have my lovely options. Let me come here and say that I want it here and here. You see, like, I don't get the thing of centering it. Isn't that sad? But what was this? No. Oh, no, 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 no. This is not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it a little bit like a huevo. Now it's in the center. We used to have here lovely things that would say they want to be in the center, but not now. Okay, so I have this one. And before I move to the other one, because we have discovered that is easier, I'm going to put the word that I want in the second variant, that is sending. And the animation that we're going to do is on the eye of the sending. So I'm going to take again the typing tool, and I'm going to type somewhere here and sending. And it's typing sending in black again. Sad. So at least it has the right size. We're going to say that we want in white. And let me select sending as a text, not like that, as a text. And make sure that it's actually, I want to know that it's in the middle. Okay, for a second. Now it's in the middle. And I'm going to put it slightly out. Now, why am I putting sending out? Because part of the effect that I want is that one word goes down and the other one, like the word is going to be also moving. So I need to have where is going to be the word for the second variant. So it has a reference of how it has to move. Okay, I know, it's a little bit weird. But I'm going to be selecting this frame 1. Sending is going to have to be inside. Okay, so is it inside? No, it's not inside. Venga, inside. Okay, so there's sending here in frame 1. And I'm going to take frame 1 and I'm going to transform it, if God lets me, to a component. And I don't see do you love it? Where is the button to make this a component? I guess it's Shift Command K. No. What? No. Sorry, guys. Option Command K. See? Option Command K. Oh, no, 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 no. I can also right click and say create component. Option Command K. Yes. Okay. The interface, I have to say, sometimes plays funky. Eh? Like there are things that are like, what is this? Look, like suddenly I have this thing of alignment there. So, okay, this is frame one. That is what is going to be what is going to be my red button. So I'm going to rename it. Red button. Okay. And now that I have the red button, I want to have my first variant. And in the next variant, it's going to be more or less the same. Let me see if I see my sending. Here is sending, and here is send. So they're going to be both moving up. And now sending, let's see if I can make it. Mira where is sending and sending. How do you like it? They move out of the variant. Okay. Send and sending. Okay, where is send? Up there. Good. Sending. Can I say that I want it in the middle? And in the middle. Thank you. And this one in variant one, I want send to be in the middle and in the middle. And I'm afraid that the other one is not going to be in the right place, but at least let's put it here. No, let's leave it this way. Okay, so I'm going to want like a little animation for that eye. And when I have the animation, I don't want to see my original thing that comes with the font. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. And inside variant 2, I'm going to make a dot on top of it. Here it is. Very nice. That has the color of this pill. So it's going to have this color. Okay, so I don't see it. Good. Now, should I put the third one already? Yes. Venga. So let's select the second variant and say that we want a third, where we're going to go back to have, where is send? No, send for variant 3, where we have send that is up there and sending here. So what if we take both and we do the same thing that we did before? So this one is coming here, and I hope that this is the center. All right. Yes. Okay, so that's going to be the third. We said that we wanted these to look in a different color. It's going to be interesting because I want the same pink. So for a second, we're not going to see anything. Same color. And then the box, not this, but the box, we want to see it white. Or let's put it a little bit gray, white. And when I put it like that, I mean, I could put it white. And now this is bothering me. I really don't need the dot anymore. Isn't it? A ver. In variant 3, I have this. And how do you like that my two send and sending again got out of the variant? Can you please go to the variant? Thank you. So this is variant number 3. This is variant number 2 that contains the ellipse, the little dot, the sending, and the send out of place. And this is the default that has the send and the sending. So if I didn't do anything else, I could be testing this already to see, when I put the navigation. Let me go to prototype and do the navigation. And when I select this one, I want to go from this one to this one. I don't think it did it. From this one to this one. Yes. And it's on click. We're going to change to variant 2. And the animation is going to be smart anime. And it's going to be 300 milliseconds. Okay. It's going to be kind of fast, but we want that. And then when I am in the second one, usually when I'm coding a button, everything would be coming, every connector would be coming from the first one. That is the one that organizes. But in this case, I want this to stay there for a certain amount of time and then go directly to the third. So the little thing is going to come from the second to the third. And this is like abnormal. And it didn't do it. from the second to, I know that I didn't do it because I didn't get the pop-up. So now I have the pop-up, and this is not going to be on click. It's going to be after a certain amount of time. So after delay, and we say that we were going to say, I don't remember what I put here. Should I leave it in 800? No, that's the dot. The dot. So I'm going to leave it maybe in 500 milliseconds, and the duration of the transition is going to be 300. Can somebody remember that I've entered in going from 2 to 3 of the big button, 500 and 300? It's a little bit weird because I'm putting, oh yeah, after this amount of time, this duration for the change that is relatively short. Okay, so if I created any type of frame here that is going to be white. Okay, let me go back to the sign. It can be maybe one of those lovely blues. It's going to be also blue later. And since the component is already made, if I want an instance, I need to go to assets and find me all my things in my file. And here I have my red button. And I'm going to say, give me an instance of that. Okay. And I'm going to put it here. And I need to make sure, let me go back to file and make sure that it's actually inside that frame. It's not. So that would be a problem. Let's put it inside. Yes. Is it inside? Yeah. It's the same side, the button and the frame, but what can we do? Maybe I can do it a little bit bigger. Bigger. And bigger. Where's here the button? And we're going to put it like that. And we're going to put it like that. Okay. So if I test these, I have a button that, you see, goes up, the word move to sending. And let's see what happens when I click on, and after a certain amount, short amount of time, by the way, I would like a little bit more delay, goes back to this. And since I didn't put the third one, this is the end of the story. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm testing these. I want to be able to repeat, and don't have to export every time I want to test. And also, it could work. So I'm going to come back to prototype and go back here. And I'm going to do that. When I'm in the third, if we click again, we would go to the first. So on click, we would go to default in 300. Good. But when I was putting this one, after delay, it's going to be a little bit later. It's going to be 2000. This is where he put 2000 because he wanted to be able to see the animation. So he put 2000. What I want is longer time. There's no animation now, but there's going to be animation in 5 seconds. Okay. So the funny thing is that if I change in some form the component, the instance, the new copy of the component gets updated. So that is already updated. So I select my frame, I go test it. And when I click, it does the sending. Now, very soon I'm going to have, and then waits a little bit and then comes back to have the send. Did you see that the word moved nice? And then when I click, since it's the same word, the only thing that was sent. Let me do it again. Didn't you see the dot doing something for a second? I think that it was that the mask was not in place. Look at the little red thing. Yeah, like I saw for a second the dot and then it disappeared. Oh, gee. Okay, let's go here and let's see what is happening. I didn't group it, and I should do that. But it should be grouped here also. So I need to go to this default and take send. Do you think that this one has a red dot? I don't see the red dot. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, let's do something. Let's go to variant 2, where I have the dot, one word, and the other word, and let's group it all and call it group 2. That's a good one. And now I'm going to take group 2 and I'm going to copy. And I'm going to go to the default where send and sending were living their lives. And I'm going to take it out, and pray that this thing shows up there. Yes. And since everything is group, look what it's trying to do. No, hijo. I'm in default. Oh, I'm in prototype. Venga. Default. I'm going to put, no. I'm going to take group 2 and move it to the right location. Okay, I hope this works. Let me go and check it. Frame for this. Yes. Good. Good. So far it works. Now let's do the animation of the little puntito. Has taken us a little bit of time to figure out. So we're going to take a circle. We're going to put it here in space. We know that it should be 3 and 3. I'm going to make it a little bit larger so I see it. I'm going to make it 4 width and 4 height. Enter. There you are. I don't want it gray. I want it white. Okay. And I'm going to go a little bit closer so I see this dude. Oh, where are you? Okay, here it is. Now, I'm also going to make a rectangle. Why am I making a rectangle for the circle? Because I want it to go up and down. So I'm going to make a rectangle and at the start, align it in one place and then in the other. So I know that more or less is proportional. So I'm going to take my rectangle and then try to put it like I see something. I don't see anything. A ver. Here is this guy, and here is the rectangle. The rectangle is a tad too large, and these things should be aligned there. Okay, so now I'm going to take the circle and the rectangle together. You see it there, and I'm going to put auto layout. We have tried in different ways, and this seems to be the best one. So auto layout together. Now, when I say auto layout, since my previous one was like that, you know, I want it to be down and to be, we say that hug. I don't know exactly why, but let's leave it in hug. We are fine. So now what was my rectangle has become my frame, the thing that is kind of measuring. And I'm going to be calling this dot moving. Dot moving. Remember that the dot moving is the white one. Okay. So now that I have the dot moving, I want to do component. Now, I don't know if this has happened before I recorded or not, but remember that sometimes you go to here and the button for component is not here. So you might have to do it right-clicking or with a shortcut. It happened while I was recording. So beware of that. Sometimes the interface backfires. So I have the auto layout, but what I want is a component. Good. And it takes the same name. That is lovely. And I want another instance to create the animation. Okay, and it makes this very funny dotted line frame, but you know, we're gonna go with it. So this is the variant 2, and this is the default. I'm gonna take variant 2, and I'm gonna move it up so we can compare a little bit. So in variant 1, that is default, the auto layout is saying, where do I have the auto layout? Here it is. And I'm saying to the bottom. And in variant 2, is it in the same line? And in the same line? Yes. We're going to take the lips and no, the whole thing, and we're going to stay to the top. Good. So the animation is going to go from here to here. Amazing. The first time that I did it, I thought it's going to be moving in diagonal because one is here and one is here, but it's not because they're different variants. They're like different points in time. And I'm going to create the animation that is going to go from one to the other and then from the other one to the one, because what I want is a loop of the dot constantly moving. So I move to prototype and I go from this one to the second one. It wants to do it like that. And I say not on click because nobody is going to interact with these. This is something that is going to happen by itself. And by itself is after delay. So after a delay of something, I want 0 delay. I want this thing to arrive and begin going up and down. So we're going to leave it to the minimum. This took us a little bit of time to figure out, but 1 millisecond. That is like instant. You don't even see it. And then the duration is going to be 300. This time I'm going to do a little bit longer. 500. Okay. Now, from the second one, I need to go back to the first. And it's going to be after delay of, once it's arrived there, after delay of 1 millisecond, because I don't want delay. I want to do I don't want to do you know, that would be delay. 1 millisecond, this thing is going to be 500. And I'm leaving it all the time in ease out, because ease out makes it a very soft movement. Like as it ends, it, you know, like kind of like slows down, takes it easy, like deceleration. It's a deceleration type of movement. Okay. So if I made a quick frame that I can make it, let me come back to the sign. Maybe I can make it like some kind of purple. I could create an instance, dot moving. The name of this guy is dot moving, no? Yes, of dot moving, and put it here. I'm still seeing my rectangle because I didn't make it transparent, but I just want to know if these move. So I'm going to take frame 2 and I'm going to play it here. And yeah, we see there, looks like a nice slider. Okay. So come back here. I go not to my instance, but to my original component. Let me put here in file to my original component. And where I have this that is not selected anymore, but it's actually a rectangle, I'm going to go here and say that color was cute, but I want 0% alpha. And then I'm going to go to the other one and I'm going to say the same. I want 0% alpha. And as you see, automatically the instance, the background disappears. So if you don't believe me, I can go here and yes. It moves a little slower than the previous one because we have been creating dots here for 2 hours. Okay, so now I have, this is my instance and it's good, dot moving. And what I think that I'm going to do is copy and I'm going to go down to my my component that is called red button and it's here. And I'm going to go to the variant that is number 2 that is here and I'm going to place that dot. So with the variant selected, I paste, here it is. And now I position and I began low and then it will go high. Okay. So since I've given enough delay from these to move to these, in that delay, I will see the dot doing da, 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 da. Let's first see if we can see this working. The blue one is the one for testing. We come here, wait because it's loading the new one. Here I have the send button, click. Yes, yes. It's a little bit large, but it's cute. And then I go to this one and move to it. And again, for some reason, I would have wanted sending to be a little bit lower since the eye is moving to be in a little bit of a lower position. But that is easy to fix. So I go here and I just take that lovely group number 2, and move it a little bit lower, not too much, but just a little bit lower. And then this I'm going to have to move 1, 2, also down. And then I'm going to go to the third 1, 2. I hope this works. And the eye is now a little bit high, but I could go inside and lower it also a tiny. Hope this works. Let's go here. That is our instance of that component. So this is the one that we can test. And wait until it loads. And send. Aww. Send. When the send is alone, it's a little bit low. I think that is actually lower. But what can we do? That can be fixed later. Okay. So this is how to do an animation inside a component. It's a little bit like it's not an animation like we're telling a story and we have characters, and it's an animation inside an interactive element, but it's there. Now, I wanted to tell you guys that in the real life, we will not have a sending button that is just animated and we don't understand why it's showing sending. It will have to be on click. There will be an extra code that will be send this form whatever it is. And when the form is completely sent to the server and the action is completed, then it would send back an information. And that prompt is the one that would be sent to this to say, okay, change to send, isn't it? So what we're missing here is the code. What we're doing is only the look and feel, that is the prototyping, okay? But these would be connected to real actions that are meaningful and that are helping the user understand. There's nothing worse than a button that is saying sending when you're not sending anything. Like that is bad, okay? So we're just prototyping how it would work when things would actually work. Okay, my participants, I'm still recording. Do you have a question about this, or do you want to ask me after I finish the recording? No feedback. Okay, after I finish the recording, let me stop so we have a cute, tight, and a tight deal. Let me stop.